know the answer that you would give me. What does the inside of your oven look like, especially after you just had Thanksgiving and everybody over?
Yeah.
A hot mess? Or
Yes.
did you already clean yours?
I haven't done it yet.
Yay! I knew I liked you. Yes, a procrastinator. Here's the thing. Cleaning the oven is just not even fun, even if it's self-cleaning modes. I need something to buy myself time between having to clean the oven. And Chef Joe has brought us something that does it brilliantly. They are these silicone liners that we can put to catch all those drips and spills that happens when the casseroles ooze over.
Right.
But it also does a whole lot more for our countertop too, and I'll let him explain that in just a bit. But this is 6 feet of silicone that you can cut to customize to fit your space. Look at that. And I love the bright colors. Feature price on this, $19.98. You can't tear this apart. It is sturdy, it is durable, and I've got color choices. I'll tell you those now, and then we can get through some of the demonstrations. So I have it for you in red. Looks like a pretty picnic table, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Then we have the green, that bright burst of lime color. If you have purple in your kitchen, I have a purple liner. I have a gray liner, but I'm very limited in that gray. And then finally for you in the, do we call it blue? We call it blue, even though it's that bright turquoise. So, okay, so silicone, what's the magic here?
Well, silicone is, first, it's heat safe to 450 degrees, so we have that durability.
Oh, okay.
You can also, if you need to, for whatever reason, put it in the freezer. In the refrigerator, we use it to line shelves. You can line your pantry shelves with it. You can line the bottom rack of your oven with it.
And we do that because what? This is non-stick, things can't stick to it?
Exactly, it's naturally non-stick, but also gives you stability because things like plates and glasses and even on our dashboard in the car, our cell phone, these things all actually adhere to the silicone. But we also use it as a great non-stick. And so right here we see with this pan, we can actually use it as an assist to get the cornbread out. But you see that we have that wonderful baking nonetheless. So it actually conducts heat, but it's cool to the touch within just minutes. And what I like about this is that you can customize it to everything that you need.
Okay.
So whether it is, in this case, that old baking sheet that's not performing as well as it used to, and now, with the silicone, you can see that we get that beautiful browning with those cookies.
So it doesn't compromise the cooking results?
It doesn't. No, not at all.
Awesome.
And when we're working with things like chocolate sticks to everything, right? But look at that. When we're doing these chocolate-covered pretzels, we can actually let it dry on the silicone just like that. And speaking of chocolate, look at this. This is chocolate bark. And then what we can do is we can actually peel that away from the silicone. Look at that, and it's amazing.
In one sheet?
You can even see the little grid lines on the chocolate right there, so you know we actually made it on there.
chocolate there. I need a piece of that.
There we go. So there it is.
We're
We're breaking it apart right there.
Oh,
just take a nice little chunk for yourself. But that's a wonderful thing as well. Here we actually use 2 pieces on the full-size cake pan, so we can use the one to lift it out and the other one actually as the liner. So you see we have the 2 pieces. You can customize this to anything you want. I like it also for things like peeling garlic. So what you do is you just put it in there, and you see how see how that shell comes right off of that.
Sometimes I waste 5 minutes just trying to get that.
I know, and all you have to do is just like that, just rub it back and forth a little bit, and look, it just comes right off.
I got to tell you what, Chef Joe, I'm so glad you're here because I was like, let's just keep our ovens clean. We can do a heck of a lot more just from one piece. And this is easy to cut through too, right?
Yeah, so if you just pick up the scissors and cut right there on that grid line like that, you can actually customize then this for a sheet pan, for any size sheet pan when you think of it. Now, we can also use it to line our toaster oven. So over here, for example, we had some tuna melts that we did. Yeah, and you see right here, so we line that pan so that that cheese that's melting off the tuna melts doesn't bake onto the pan and make a mess in there. This is a fun thing because when we line the shelf in the refrigerator and one of the kids leaves that ketchup jar open and it spills, but look at that. It cleans up and it doesn't stain, and that's the other wonderful thing. And so if this is a real mess, I can actually pick this off and just throw it right in the dishwasher.
Awesome. So if we put this in our oven, we can put it on any rack, just not obviously the bottom of the oven, right?
That's right. You don't want it in contact with the coils. You don't want it on direct heat. So when we actually use it in an oven like this, we're actually lining that bottom rack right there.
Perfect.
So when that cheese drips off of the casserole, it's not going to adhere to the bottom, become, you know, permanent on the porcelain enamel. It's going to stay right there on that
I got to
mat.
tell you what, I so could have used this the first time I ever hosted family as a new bride for Christmas. I made these French lionized potatoes, lots of heavy cream.
Oh, right.
I packed this casserole, this brasserie or casserole dish so much with the potatoes, I didn't realize I should have thought about the bubbling over.
That's right.
Well, don't you know, it all bubbled over, got on the bottom of the stove, started smoking ridiculously. I had the fire department at my house on Christmas morning. I could have used it.
This is a good way to avoid that.
Right?
Yeah. And even in the microwave, when you think about lining that rotating glass plate that goes in standard, right? So when the potatoes that we're reheating, the twice-baked potatoes we're reheating, that cheese is not going to destroy the rotating.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be so perfect for my boys, because you know they never put anything on plates or on paper towels. They just throw it right in there, and then I'm left to clean up the mess. But now the cleanup a lot easier. Think about this. It's really whatever you need it to be, whether you need jar opener.
Yeah.
There you go.
Amazing for that as well. I just love it for all those reasons, because it has that stickiness. And
remember,
really
it is food safe, so it doesn't compromise your cooking if you're using it that way. Choose red, which is very popular, green, purple, gray, very limited, and blue, and get it home at 6 feet worth of liner for less than $20. Item K40992. Joe, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Hey, I got another big brand name in our kitchen show. It's Ninja. And we have the Ninja that really does it